Well, hi everybody, it's me, Jessica, and I'm excited to guide you through today's Tabata inspired HIIT workout. So check out what the moves are that are coming up. I lost it. It's right over there. I'm going to make sure everything is streaming, and I really do encourage you to have a variety of weights for today. Once you have your props gathered, let's just get into a march. Here's exciting news. All of today's class are standing exercises, which realistically, you could also do pretty much all of these kneeling or in a chair. So let's go ahead and get your march or your jog on. And if you're ready, let's make use of the space. And while you're moving around your space, I'm going to bribe the bird. You too can bribe your birds or children or roommates or whoever you need to, so that you can take and make this time for yourself as you're worth it. I do encourage you very much to think about moving your arms today during this warm up, maybe even those arms going up overhead. Remember, you can move at whatever pace works for you because this is your exercise. This is your body. We're just going to see what works for the bodies that we have today. Let's find a spot at the back where you can do a jack, whether you're stepping side to side or actually jacking. Think about getting those arms all the way overhead. Let's stick with another couple seconds of these arms coming wide to the side. And then I want you to practice the range of motion of bringing your arms forward to the front like this. So go ahead, switch to palms facing down and then palms facing forward, working to bring those arms all the way up overhead. Let's get 4 more each side, if you're like me. Otherwise, you're getting 8 last. 4 or 2, final ones. Great. Relax your shoulders down and back. Stretch your fingers all the way to the floor. Take a moment in your stillness, decompressing your shoulders. And then I want you to actively warm things up without any weights yet. So on your inhale, draw your shoulders all the way up towards your ears. On your exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades, scapula together. Try not to let that rib cage flare out, so belly pulls in. And then exhale down. Let's get 4 more. Inhale up, belly tight. Exhale, squeeze, and down. So not quite a circle, just up, back, down. We got 2 more times of this intentional 3 spots that we're hitting in our range of motion. Last one. Awesome. Feel free to shake it out. Open and close your arms a little bit. Let's just like relax our legs a little. Give myself a gentle little kick forward on each side, even though we're focusing on that upper body today. You start to turn this move into some rows. Maybe give yourself some glute kickbacks. Nice stretch into your quad. That's where I'm feeling it. Pointing the knee down towards the floor. We got some rows coming up today too. As those shoulder blades are squeezing in and elbows drive back, once again, think towards your rib cage. It should not be flaring out each time your arms go back, so your center line is drawn nice and tight. And great news. Next week, we're going to focus on the core. So I'll help you find more ways to get in touch with right here. Okay, let's get into it, y'all. First move of the day, starting off with shrugs. I want you to find the heaviest weight that you have. And I'm going to give you an extra second, such that if you don't have any heavy weights, I believe my heaviest weight is a 15-pounder. And there's another one somewhere. Maybe you put 2 5-pounders, if that's all you have, in a bag, or you grab a suitcase, or you just find something heavy. Do you have a heavier laundry detergent than you might have of weights around? Consider using those. And we'll be nice. Let's do 20 seconds of work with 10 seconds of rest. And of course, I adjusted the timer. So sorry, y'all. All right. So we're still kind of warming up. 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. You're going to draw your shoulders all the way up and then just relax them down. That's the whole move. Just working to find this big shrug, shrug, shrug. And then exhale, release. We're working our traps in 3, 2, 1. So carefully holding onto your weights. Ooh. Shoulders down and back, chest lifted, belly in. Find that big shrug up. And then intentional exhale down. So you're not just dropping your shoulders down, you're finding your big squeeze. You can move at the pace that works for you. You know I like to move slowly. Take a break. If you want, you can even put the weights down, especially if they're really heavy, but you're gonna have to pick them right back up in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So once again, just finding that shrug, intentionally pulling shoulders to your ears, and then exhaling down. If you're feeling really stressed, you might already notice that when you're breathing, when your shoulders come up towards your ears, that's what happens when we're feeling really tense. So if you want, maybe you even enjoy, take a break. We can get some squats in. You can enjoy a lion's breath on your exhale, opening your mouth, sticking your tongue out, set yourself up around 3. Here we go. Let's add that lion's breath. Keep it weird. Inhale, draw your belly in, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Exhale, lower down. So you might be going for a little faster of a shrug. Or maybe you're just going for, take a break, the slow, intentional shrug. Make sure you're not locking your knees out. So there's a slight bend in your knee. You can stagger your stance if you want. Begin again. So the traps are like at the upper back by the neck. So it's not just raising your shoulders, it's really squeezing through that full upper back neck area. We're talking here to make this move happen. So don't just let those shoulders come up, really try and engage through the whole back. So even think as shoulders come up, shoulders stretching towards the back of the room. We're not rounding forward. Similar to that warm-up move when we went up, back, and down, but we're just going up. If you want to, you can add that back and down as we come towards the end. A little extra engagement. I think that sounds fun. Are we halfway through? You know I can't read this timer, but let's add that back squeeze. Here we go. So up, squeeze back, lower down. Up, back intentionally, down. Now I bet you definitely feel upper back traps working a little bit more. And if this feels too much for you, maybe you just stick with your up and your down motion. Take a break. Hands are starting to get a little tired here. We start again in 3, 2, begin. Just trying to look at the timer, but like it is what it is, okay? Still up, back, down. Remember, as things go back, belly in tight, release. In 3, 2, 1. And the great news is we're worth it. So we're going to keep going with what I think are these extra 2 rounds. But I promise I'll check before the next set. Take a break. That means we got 40 seconds of work left to go. In 3, 2, 1. Shoulders down and back, chest lifted, belly in. Keep coming back to that good form. And if you're starting to get tired, I got great news. Me too. And we're almost done. You might have thought as we started these shrugs are silly. These won't be hard. And I now disagree. All right, last one. And then we'll see. In 3, 2, here we go. Last one. Up, squeeze back, belly tight, down. So it's really not just like sucking your stomach in, it's the rib cage. You're drawing in from the center of your front side. Ooh, there is some crunching and cracking. We made it. I'm going to put those 15s down, and I'm probably not going to use them for the rest of the workout. Next up, we're going for some side lat raises, and we're going to work in a 40-20. So you've only got 4 rounds. I promise it says 4 rounds. Go ahead and find a slightly lighter weight, presumably. Remember, you can always change your weight up. Ooh, that was hard. But I'm still gonna, oh, we did do extra rounds. We're amazing. I'm still gonna start with the harder weight that I have, because you can always switch to something easier if you need to. You can't go back and do something harder. I don't want you to save your energy for the end of the workout. I want you to bring it to the party right now because it's going to make you stronger. And then we're just going to keep on getting stronger as opposed to like not really seeing the best results because you're not bringing as much challenge as possible. So bring the challenge now, modify as you need to. We're starting with lat raises. In general, weights down by your side, shoulders down and back. We're going to raise both arms up and out to the side. And we're going to do some work while we hold them there. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. So shoulders roll down and back, belly in, arms out to the side, in line with your shoulders. Bring that right arm down 3 times. Left arm stays where it is. 2, 1. Both arms up. Let's be kind. Both arms come down. Take a moment. Take a breath. Maybe you take a slightly longer breath. Inhale, both arms back up. This time, left arm for 3, 2. Nice and slow. Controlled both on the way up and down. Now you get to lower both arms down. Inhale, both arms back up. One more time. Let's get once on the right, once on the left. Both arms down. Yay! All right, I need to switch to a lighter weight for this next set, but I might be able to come back to the heavier weights. Let's do the same thing one more time, this time starting with the left arm moving. Plant your feet, slight bending your knees, belly in, shoulders down and back. Use your next inhale to bring your arms up. Both arms stay up high. Shoulder blades squeeze in. Don't let your chest flare out. Left time for 3. Still find that squeeze again at the top. 2. So I'm squeezing scapula towards each other. 1. Both arms up. Take a moment, lower down. I was about to say it already feels easier, but then I remembered I switched weights. Now we got the right side for 3. Find that squeeze again at the top. 2. So really intentionally engage your back. 1. Woo. Both arms down. If you need to take more breaks than we're adding here, that's fine. Both arms up. We got the left arm one time. We got the right arm one time. And we're going to bring them both down. Great. I'm going to challenge myself back to that heavier weight. And I know I might not make it the whole set, but I want you to keep moving. What can you do? Can you find at least one big raise and a single lower on each side? Shoulders down and back, belly in, and begin. Inhale, both arms up. Whatever works for you. You got 40 seconds of work here. Ooh, we're enjoying a little extra time under tension. Maybe you need an extra breath here today. Maybe you're so tired that all you can do is come back to just doing one arm at a time. Maybe one time with both arms trying to lift up. But if you find that you're lifting both arms up by bending your knees and lifting them up, no, I want you to go to a lighter weight so that you're using your upper back to find the lift and not a drive through your heels to get your hands up. All right, take a break. We got one more time through. One more time through to find the challenge for you today. What can you do to keep going? There's no shame in using a lighter weight. I could use a lighter weight and keep my arms up way longer. I'm going to use this heavier weight and do my best with good form. Shoulders down and back, belly in. Begin. I'm going to be smart, and I'm only going to go for a single raise on each side just to take a second, especially if this is a new move to you. We do lat raises a lot, but we don't necessarily do that static hold out to the side. And it can be a lot more challenging. I'm going to switch to my lighter weight and finish strong here at the end. I wanted to switch because I could no longer really feel, take a break, the upper back activating with the heavier weights. I was just too tired to make that motion happen. So just a reminder, that there's no shame in switching things out, of having a variety around. No matter how strong you are, you're working to be fatigued. So if you found yourself fatigued, you did a great job. And if you didn't find yourself fatigued, that's okay too. Maybe just think about that. What is your goal? And if you need any help, okay, next move. Let's come back to 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 8 rounds, I promise. Because we're going to make this a little bit more challenging. Shoulders are most likely already getting tired. Grab a quick sip of water. Okay, so next up we're going to go for a lat pull down. I'm still going to try and start with a heavier weight. I want you to take your time, carefully get that weight up overhead. So I'm bending my elbows and finding a press up overhead. Take that slight bend in your knees. What you don't want here is an overarching of your back. If you got that big overarching of your back, your weights are a little bit too heavy. Switch to something lighter where you don't have this tremendous back sway. Okay, so arms up overhead, palms facing forward. We're going to start with 20 seconds of just one arm pulling down. So as your arm rolls down, you're squeezing your shoulder blade in. My elbow is also drawing back behind me. I know I have a lot of range of motion in my chest and my upper back, so you might find that your elbow is coming a little bit more towards the side, that you're not quite able to get that big towards the back pull. The idea is if you were like sitting on the machine, I like to think about someone pressing something into your upper back. So we're not trying to find a lot of rounding from the low back. Any rounding that might happen towards the end of the range of motion is from the upper back really lifting and squeezing shoulder blades in and down. In the gym, you'd be pulling a bar towards your. Okay. Oh, we lost the whole circuit. Take a break. Take a break. Sorry, y'all. Okay, arms up overhead. Let's get just the right arm. That's okay. So my other palm is facing forward, slight bend in the knee. And as the elbow drives back at the very back, you're going to feel that extra little like in your super upper back. Like you're bringing this weight in line that if it was a barbell, take a break, it would touch your chest. Relax, shake it out carefully. Inhale your arms back up overhead. Let's get just the left arm. So shoulders away from your ears, chest is lifted, bending your knees, find that little squeeze. Remember the gentle little bit of a bend is from your upper back, not the lower back arching all the way out. So I have a squeeze of my glutes. Pelvis is gently drawing forward. Take a break. We're going to try for both arms at the same time next. In 3, 2, 1. So both arms squeeze down. If it is too much for you to squeeze both arms down, this round I want you to get a little bit of right arm back to the sky, left arm. The whole time, shoulders are drawing away from your ears. So don't let those shoulders creep all the way up like they were in our shrugs. Driving down. Awesome. Release. Coming back to single arm at a time in 3, 2, 1. Both arms up. Find that big pull down. And then controlled press back up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your upper back. Oh, take a break. Start again in 3, 2, 1. Using the core a lot here too, because there's so much stabilization that's happening. Especially with your rib cage knit in. Just keep breathing, moving mindfully. 3, 2, take a break. We're going to get both arms at the same time. We got 2 rounds left to go. Both of them will do both arms at the same time. 3, 2, one. So either finding that double-sided row or sticking with one arm and then just alternating to the other. Maybe a nice little combo of both. Ooh. How are you feeling? Take a break. I'm feeling challenged right now. Normally, I would have demoed this whole workout using a lighter weight. 3, 2, 1. But I think the time has ended, as I've stated, for taking it easy on myself while teaching class because I don't want you to take it easy on yourself. So let's all struggle a little bit more. This is, after all, take a break. The week of belonging. Grab some water, shake it off, shake it off, shake it out, move around, kick your legs around. Moving on to a whole new exercise. Coming back to 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Let us do some bent over rows. If you're feeling really tired, I'm going to encourage you to even kneel down on the floor. Maybe come right here into kneeling to lower your center of gravity for these rows, especially if your back's feeling tired. It's still going to get challenged here. It's just going to be a little less challenging on the lower back because we're going to be working the mid back or a little bit more upper back, depending on what kind of row you want to do. Because we got 4 different times. So you can row low, you can row wide. Let's definitely get a round of rows with our palms facing up and our palms facing down. And then I'm going to let you have a party at the end, last round of rows to do whatever you want to do. All right. Down here or standing, you're going to take a hinge from your hips. And let's start off with palms facing towards your thighs for your row. Painting right up those thighs, nice and low. Elbows are driving low, palms are low. And then we're going to switch it up the round after that. Palms facing up. The more that you hinge forward, the more challenging this is going to be. So if you need to, you can be right here. We're wasting time in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Palms facing down. Palms facing down. Hinge at your hips. Squeeze shoulder blades together. And then right back down. You can even do this as a high row if you want. I think we've done a lot of work already into that upper portion of the back. So I'm just trying to get a little bit more lower portion of the back. Eye gaze is like diagonally forward. So you're not looking all the way down towards the floor. You're not looking all the way in front of you. You want a nice long line from the crown of your head all the way to your sacrum, bottom of your spine. 3, 2, 1. Take a break. All right, we're just gonna flip the wrist like you're holding onto a barbell, drawing it in, squeezing it in from our hinge in about 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So still squeezing shoulder blades together, driving elbows back. I even like to kind of think like there's like a line behind you and you're pulling everything in towards the center line. Like we're playing a game of real life Operation. You just got to keep everything in really tight because if your elbows go out wide, you're going to hit the buzzer. We're more than halfway through. You got a longer rest period coming up, then you've got work left to do. For 3, 2, 1. Break. All right, now we'll have our palms face towards each other, and it's really up to you how high or maybe low you're rowing, where your height is. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Oops, I jumped again. And I just want to like give you some options here. So maybe you're going for a little like Seesaw row also makes you work the core a little bit more to keep yourself square towards the floor and not rotate each time. Maybe next round through, you want to go for that wide high row. Same thing here. You can always do one side at a time. I want you to get as creative as you would like to be. We got one more circuit of rows to go after this. 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Now it's rower's choice. But you have to pick one. You have to pick one. And then we'll get one final move, not Tabata style, but we're going to get it in 3, 2, rower's choice. Here we go. Flat back. Oh, I like this. I'm doing a little combo of that palms up row and painting the dumbbell up my thighs with palms facing in. Less than 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Make your way to your feet. Make your way to your feet for our final move of the day. Let's go for 1 minute of this final move, and then we're just going to stretch it out. Just going to use this. All right, we're going for a front raise. Front raise into a tricep extension. Deep thoughts, because I want to really challenge you here. So let's actually make this move even a combo. So we're going to start off with your arms in front of you, palms facing down towards the floor. You might need a lighter weight. You're going to inhale your arms up overhead with your palms still facing up. And then exhale, arms down, palms facing towards the floor. And turn your hands in towards each other. Inhale, arms up, palms facing in. You can bring the heads of your weight together for some control into a tricep extension, back up and down. So the difference is just going to be the direction that your wrists are facing. One time, no tricep extension, palms facing down. One time, palms facing in, tricep extension. And then we're going to stretch. We start in 3, 2, last move of the day. Here we go. So starting off, palms facing down, shoulders down and back. Inhale, arms up, 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 up. Remember, no swinging. You're using a weight that you can control to find this full range of motion. Then palms facing in. Inhale, arms up. Thrust through your heels. You can bring the heads of the weight together for control. So biceps stay by ears. Full range of motion. Full ranges of motion here. So maybe you're not even using any weight just to practice getting these arms all the way up overhead. If you are not swinging, the slower that you move, the more that you have to work. Then palms facing in, arms all the way up. And more challenging option, if you want it, is not bringing the heads of the weight together. I didn't want it because I'm a little tired. I'd rather be controlled and slow and use the weights for assistance. The timer's about to beep, but I'm going to get one last time in the opposite direction. And when you finish whichever rep you're on, go ahead, put your weights down. Awesome. Let's get a little bit of a stretch. So give me just a couple. You can laterally step your feet side to side. And just crossing one arm over the other. Next time you're ready, just go ahead and stop with one arm pulling. Don't particularly press on your elbow, but pressing on your forearm or your upper arm. You can even really pull your shoulder towards your ear and look over your shoulder. You want an extra twist, whichever direction your hand's in, rotates towards it. Oh my God, I can't think of words, you guys. Shoulders a little down and back though. So don't let everything creep up to your chin. Find that engagement still of your upper back. You can look over your shoulder, feels so good. And then go ahead and open yourself all the way up. Switch those arms. Let's get the opposite arm hold. Arm comes on top. You're grab and hold either at the forearm. Ooh, yes. Or the upper arm. That felt deep. Chin comes towards shoulder, but don't let everything round up here. Chin comes towards shoulder, but with lots of space for your neck. You can find that extra rotation. Feels good for your spine. Carefully inhale yourself back forward. Relax your hands, shake it out. Hand palms turn to the front of the room. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, let's find that lat pull down. Cactus your arms down, lift your chest, squeeze shoulder blades together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Keeping it for an extra second for this stretch. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, arms up. Pull your belly in. Exhale, rain your fingers down towards the floor. Shoulders away from your ears, so engage your lats. Squeeze shoulder blades down and back towards your glutes. Extra space for your neck. Now from here, I want you to generously bend your knees. Think about your upper body being a tablecloth, maybe even, no, I think it feels better if you either relax your fingers to the floor or grab your opposite elbow to really create some space in your upper back. Take 2 more breaths. Release your hands down to the floor, bring your knees down to the mat. Give yourself some cat-cows right here. Shimmy a little, shoulder to shoulder. See how it feels when you're in cat. Move slowly, carefully, with intention. See how it feels when you're in cow. Find where the stretch is best for you and let's stick with it for a couple more breaths. Maybe you keep moving. Maybe you find some stillness in the stretch. One more delightful stretch in the shoulders coming up. Open your knees, toes together. Sink glutes back towards your heels. Walk your hands forward. Head comes down towards the floor. Take a generous bend of your elbows. Instead of having your hands on the floor and your arms not touching the floor, take that bend and maybe even a little pressure from your elbows, forearms stretching forward. If it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, then don't do that. And then bring your hands closer to the top of the mat. We're going to pull ourselves all the way forward. Shoulders away from ears. Just a moment here in a variety of cobra. Then go ahead, tuck your toes under, walk your hands in, lift your hips up, and slowly roll yourself up. We made it. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale your arms all the way up over. And one more time. And take any stretch that feels good on the way down. I encourage you to think about pressing towards the opposite walls away from you with your fingers fixed in for more of a stretch into forearms. And that's all we got time for today. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you're feeling good. That was a lot into our upper bodies, upper backs. Stretch a little bit more later. Use your doorway, leaning into your doorway, leaning against a wall, one hand against the wall, rotating yourself away to really stretch things out through the upper body. Hands on your desk, walking yourself out, stretching your back out is going to feel great too. Can't wait to see you again later this week or on campus. Have a wonderful rest of your day.